Hey guys, I was talking to my fiance last night about Erykah Badu and the lyrics to a couple of her songs, and I thought I would share my interpretation of her lyrics, and if you got something different from them, let me know. The first song that I want to talk about is Didn't You Know? It starts off with, Ooh, hey, I'm trying to decide which way to go. I think I made a wrong turn back there somewhere. So she's on this path, she's on her journey, and she got so consumed with the day to day that she gets to a point where she actually gets a chance to stop, look up, and breathe and realize that she not only doesn't know where she is, but she doesn't know how she got there. Then it repeats that and goes on to say, Didn't you know? Didn't you know? Tried to move, but I lost my way. Didn't you know? Didn't you know? Stop to watch my emotions sway. So she finds herself in this place where she doesn't really remember getting to, and she just kind of pauses for a second, to take inventory, take stock of where she is, and just kind of let her emotions go where they may, and let everything really settle out to kind of figure out what's going on, where she is, and where she wants to go. Didn't you know? Didn't you know? Knew the toll, but I would not pay. Didn't you know? Didn't you know? 'Cause you never know where the cards may lay. So, with those lyrics, it seems like she's saying that the journey that she found herself on required a price higher than what she was willing to pay. Um, and then the part where she says, "Cause you never know where the cards may lay." A lot of people like to use the analogy of life being like a card game. You're dealt a hand, and it's not always fair, but you have to play that hand. And at the end of the day, you really don't know where the cards may lay, but that's the hand that you've been dealt. So you should play it to the best of your ability and use your knowledge and your resources to make the most out of your situation. She goes on to say, Time to save the world. Where in the world is all the time? So many things I still don't know. So many times I've changed my mind. Here it sounds like she has reached a point of enlightenment. She has discovered some truths that are hidden in this world, and there are many truths that are hidden. And it seems like she's excited to have reached her point of enlightenment, but then she has also started to feel the burden of that enlightenment because when you know better, you have to do better. And there may be a feeling of responsibility that comes with that, where she feels like she needs to she needs to share that knowledge. She needs to pass on the information so that she can enlighten others and help them to better themselves or better their station in life. And that can be a daunting task. There are a lot of people who need help out here, and when you have those resources and you want to share them with the masses, it's kind of intimidating. She Let's see here. She said, So many things I still don't know. So many times I've changed my mind. Throughout our studies, we have an idea, we find out more, we change what we think. You know, it's a fluid thing. Knowledge is power, and you should constantly be learning. But at the same time, it can put you in a precarious situation to where you might say one thing on Sunday, you learn something, you have a different opinion on Wednesday. And I've seen it happen with social media, especially. Like people will have Twitter posts or Facebook messages or status that might say something really ignorant. And then when they learn better, they try to post something positive and they get this huge backlash. Oh, you were saying blah, blah, blah before. It's like, well, yeah, I was saying that and I was wrong. I know better, so I'm going to do better. That again is a burden. She goes on to say, Ooh, hey, I'm trying to decide which way to go. I think I made a wrong turn back there somewhere. Repeats that again. And then she goes on to the next verse and says, Didn't you know? Didn't you know? Tried to run, but I lost my way. Didn't you know? Didn't you know? Stop to watch my emotions sway. We talked about that, she's on this point in her journey. She's on a point in this path where she actually stops to try to figure out what's going on around her, and she just let her emotions flow naturally without impeding them. In the business world, sometimes you gotta have that poker face. You can't let your emotions affect your decisions. And after so long, bottling up those emotions really isn't healthy for you as a person. So when you get the opportunity to take a break from that business world with that poker face, you let your emotions come out how they are, and it's such a relief. It's a feeling of freedom, you know? She says again, didn't you know, knew the toll, but I would not pay. Didn't you know, I said you never know how the cards may lay. Where she was, she knew she did not want to pay the price for continuing down that journey. And so she just played her hand how it was dealt using the knowledge that she had. She goes on to finish up saying, love is life and life is free. Take a ride on life with me. Free your mind and find your way. There will be a brighter day. And she repeats that again. Love is life and life is free. Take a ride on life with me. Free your mind and find your way. There will be a brighter day. Love is life. Like, one of the most beautiful things about life is love. It's a feeling that you really don't get from anywhere else. It's basically the equivalent to a drug if you look at some psychological studies about the chemical reactions that happen in the brain. And essentially, it's free to give life. You combine a sperm with an egg, you grow it for 9-10 months, and boom, you have a baby. That really doesn't have to cost you anything necessarily. Unfortunately, it does. We are very much so industrialized and commercialized, and so price tags come with just about any and everything. Way, thousands, millions, however far back you want to go. It was free to give life. Of course, you had to put in effort and work to take care of the child and live, but there wasn't a necessary monetary burden placed with it. And then, love is life and life is free. Basically, love is free. It's free to love. It's an emotion. It's a positive thing. You can give it. You can share it. It can multiply. Take a ride on life with me. Free your mind and find your way. There will be a brighter day. She's found a way to really enjoy life, enjoy this love, and she wants you to join her on that journey. Free your mind and find your way. Let go of all these unnecessary constraints and these restrictions and just free your mind. Like, stop bogging yourself down with all the unnecessary and just enjoy. Like, stress comes in and takes away your love and your happiness unnecessarily. Problems that you have no control over come in and clog up your mind. Just let that stuff go. I know it's harder than what it sounds, but when you actually figure out how to do it and you free your mind, I highly doubt that you will ever go back to how it was before. There will be a brighter day. Trouble don't last always. If you're in the midst of something and it seems like there's no way out or there's no light at the end of the tunnel, that's not necessarily the reality of the situation. That's just how you feel because you're in it. It's like you're in the eye of the storm, so you don't see the peace that comes once the storm has passed. But just stay true to what you're supposed to be doing. Continue on, especially if you're walking in a path that is positive, and rest assured that there will be a brighter day. So basically, that's what I got from the song. If you got something different, then of course feel free to share your thoughts. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed my interpretation.